Hi, welcome to today's Glow Up Call with Meg. The Glow Up Calls here at Next Chapter Social is just our opportunity to do a one-on-one coaching kind of deep dive with fellow entrepreneurs from our social club group. So, Meg, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us how we can find you on the internet?
Sure. So I'm Meg Fitzgill. I'm a functional nutritionist, which means I use food as medicine. And I primarily focus on helping people with both inflammation and gut health. And a lot of times those two go hand in hand together, but that's really my specialty. I am very active on Instagram. And so I'm at balance.redeemed there. And then that links to Facebook. So technically, I'm active on Facebook, but I'm not really because Facebook overwhelms me. I just like the fact that they link. And then for 2025, my goal is to be active on YouTube as well. So I have a YouTube account that I have posted it on. In fact, both of you helped me, I guess, 2 years ago now. It's been a while.
Been a
But
while, but it was
yeah,
fun.
I've done nothing with it other than private stuff. But in 2025, that is part of the goal as well, is be more active there.
Okay, great. Okay, well, I'm going to look forward to that. And I hope that what we do today will just, lop over into your YouTube aspirations. Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm Brooklyn,
I'm Angeline.
Angela, and we are co-owners of Next Chapter Social. And this is what we're calling a glow up call. Basically, what we're going to do is go through this worksheet. I'm going to tell you all the pieces. We're going to extract some social media goals of things that you can do moving forward. We're going to go through a profile audit and go through your value proposition statement, your photo, links, call to action, your highlight categories. We're going to pick it all apart in a really good way. And then we're going to look for the second half of this call through your content and look to see um, evaluate your consistency, whether you're using the EIEIO framework, and if not, just which ones you're missing. And we frequently audit our own account. We're like, oh my gosh, we haven't been doing the E and the I, or whatever. So we're going to do that. We're going to take a look at your Instagram stories, your link clicks, and the hashtags that you're using. We're going to give you a list of 3 things that's working really well, and we're going to identify 3 things that aren't working and then leave you with some recommendations. And then, of course, I'm going to take notes on the back here, and we're going to take screenshots of this and send it to you after our call. So
Awesome.
hopefully there's some other nutritionist out there that's going to watch this glow up and be like, hot damn, that's what I need to glow up my Instagram. Okay, so I guess we're going to hop over to your Instagram right now.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry about
I have big expectations because you've been a social club member for so long.
Well, now I feel extra pressure.
Yeah, well, I feel like you're going to show us all a thing or two. Like,
100%. I mean, do you see all of her stuff she's been posting
I
lately?
love it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, you're
I
absolutely
mean,
killing it.
I love it too. Yeah, I love the one with Donald. Of course, I love the storytelling with the shoes and the vegetables was awesome.
Yes.
So,
Okay.
yeah, so good.
Oh my gosh, I almost want to start her content first, but we got to start at the top and work our way down.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't wait to talk about the vegetables. That was so cute. Okay. It's a little, foreshadowing of what's to come. Okay, so we're on your Instagram account right now. Let me go ahead and make it big for everyone out there that might need readers. Um, okay, here we go. Um, Balance redeemed. So we always start at the top with your username. Your username or your Instagram handle is your business name, which is totally fine. The next line right here is called your name line, your profile name line. That can be changed 2 times every 14 days. And we always say that that name line should be laden with keyword search terms, SEO words, geography, what you do. You've got your name there, which is not the same as your business name, which is good. DFW, geography, functional nutritionist, buzzwords, personalized wellness expert. Now, let me ask you this: the personalized wellness expert, is that a custom font?
I don't know. It's been so long. Yeah, it probably is.
Yeah. Okay.
Is
It
that one of
kind
those
of
smart
because
programs?
yeah,
That's cute.
because it's bolded, it looks like part of your name line, but
Yeah.
it's not. But I like that. It's fine. Instagram reads it just fine, just as it would any other. So it's no big deal that it sticks out like that. Um, Helping ID the root cause of your inflammation. Let's elevate your health together. Let me click more, and then you have 3 hashtags in there. Okay, so what Angela and I typically say about your profile is that it needs to say who you are, what you do, who you do it for, and how people can work with you. So I think you're close on that, but I think
Hmm.
you could definitely use an oil change on that and a glow up. Um, I would, if you're going to use emojis, which I love emojis, I would put them at the beginning of the line as almost like a bulleted list to help people distinguish between thoughts or um,
Yeah,
concepts.
kind of like bullet points.
Yeah, exactly. Um, Personalized wellness expert. I That's who you are. What you do is you help people ID the root cause of inflammation. That's what you do. Who you do it for is missing here. So I would take out the hashtags and I would add a line between helping ID the root cause of your inflammation. And I would even say, instead of helping, I would say uh, something more
I mean,
active.
could it be like helping women ID the root cause of their inflammation since that's kind of my target market?
That's a good
Yes.
idea.
Would you say for women, would you say women over 40, or do you help women all age groups? Is there a an age group that you tend to gravitate towards?
I help women of all age groups. Ironically, the women who I work with most regularly in their 20s are because I worked with their moms first. And the average age of my clients, like across my entire client base, is 51. So,
Okay.
like, I have a pretty wide range of
Okay.
people I help.
I love that. But what I love about that too is the 20-year-olds came from referrals by their mother.
Hmm.
Right. That's
Actual
not
ideal client is the
the
middle-aged
mother.
woman, the mother.
Yeah.
I think you call that out.
I do
I
too.
think you do because that just
Okay.
makes you seem more niche. Um, Helping women in midlife ID the root cause of your inflammation. Maybe that's a good one because then it's not really putting an age on it, but it's kind of specifying, it's subtle.
Yeah, and we
Yeah.
always say niches make riches. Um, and that's one of those things. Now, that doesn't mean obviously you can't help other people, but uh
Right.
when you narrow your focus, Instagram knows better what to do with you and who to show you to. So I think the helping part, it's has a little bit to do with like the wishing and hoping words. I don't like those words.
Mm.
Helping, you don't just help them identify it.
You solve.
You solve it. It needs to be more, what's the word I'm looking for?
Um,
Definitive.
yeah, and that's a good word. That is a good word. I almost want to say confident, almost a little more confident. Instead of like I try, it's like I do.
Hmm.
Um, but helping, that's always a tricky word. Everyone uses it. It's not bad. It's just I'm with Brooklyn. If there's something where we can say, um, do you have any social proof? Like, here's another thought. You know, uh, oh, I don't know if this would apply to you or not, and it may not, but is there anything where you could say, helping over 150,000, like whatever. Like if you I wish you could say that. if you could say where it has some numbers or some social proof, if there's anything like that, you don't have to think of it right now. But if you do, that's powerful. You want power statements.
So could I
And
say helping hundreds of women in midlife identify?
Yes,
yes,
yes. You could
Okay.
also say top DFW functional nutritionist and get rid of the emojis in your name line.
yes,
You could use the word top before DFW. Just
yes.
give you it doesn't matter. I say you're the top. I mean, you are the top. You're the top of my mind when it comes to,
Mhm.
functional nutritionist. You're mine, you know,
Right.
so we need words that, okay, here's an example. When I go to Pinterest, I always type in best chocolate chip cookie recipe, best meatloaf, ultimate salad for Thanksgiving. I'm always using like the words. And I know full well that some lady is writing this blog just called it the top chocolate chip
Right.
cookie. But it helps. I don't want the mediocre one. I don't want someone that's going to help me. I want someone who's going to do it. You know what I mean? So when people are searching, they're doing like me and my wee little brain, top, best, number one. So we've got to use those words because that's what your people are searching for. They don't want just
Okay.
any functional nutritionist in DFW. They want the best one.
But
And
when you also think about using words that help Instagram find you the right people,
Mhm.
um, so I'm thinking, going back to while Brooklyn's talking, my mind is turning about the whole women in midlife thing. If you specify that, then that's going to help Instagram know too that, oh, this is your target audience. So I think that would be a good one too.
so we're going to go to chat,
Okay.
I think. Oh,
And the other thing that I would love for you to mention is how you help them. Is it through one-on-one coaching, you know,
mhm.
or
Yeah. Is there a
that,
space limitation? I think
yeah,
there
there
is.
is. It's 150 characters, so you got
But
to get it all
we're
in.
about to figure that out though. We're
That
Okay.
that whole
figuring
second line that you have right there is not
Uh-huh.
that important. So we have some characters to play with.
Okay.
sorry guys. Okay. All right, so I'm going to type here. I am a functional in DF in Dallas Worth. Okay. And this is my current Instagram profile. I want to make it infinitely, I don't even know how to spell that, infinitely better. Please help me be.
Before you hit enter, put my target audience is women in midlife who struggle with inflammation, and I help them through.
Hold on, audience is women in midlife, and I help them with inflammation through my balancing, no, the
Well, and do you even say that? Do you just say like through group coaching, comma, one-on-one coaching, comma, functional lab work or
one-on-one
functional testing?
coaching, functional. I'm putting everything and just seeing what it comes up with. One-on-one coaching, functional testing, group coaching, and
Biofeedback
bio
things.
feedback. Is that good?
Remind it to that it's 150 character limit.
It uh,
It
we
should know that, but I just want to make sure.
150 characters to work with. Please state what I do in this order. Who I am. I did the info in this order. Who I am, what I do, who I serve, and how, and a call CTA at the end. Okay, so out there, people who are watching this riveting segment know that using Chat GPT and just typing anything and everything in and getting it all out, you can continue and continue to refine it. And that's what we're doing here. Um, uh, please also add clout and with that, is that how you say, or a social proof? Social proof, also add a social proof word or two, like top
Leading.
or leading.
And do you want to add in there has helped hundreds of women, or did we already put that in there?
I've helped hundreds of women. Okay.
And some men.
Okay, how about this? Please. Oh, wait, there it was thinking. Sorry. Please stop thinking and do my task. Here's a polished and definitive version of your Instagram bio. Top functional nutritionist, helping midlife women beat inflammation, one-on-one coaching, testing, group support. Elevate your health, DM balance. This version highlights your expertise, target audience, offerings, and includes a clear CTA. Want to tweak anything further? Yes, I would say elevate your health, click below. But I think it's pretty different that the call to action that it chose was to DM you the word balance.
Mm-hmm.
I actually kind of like that. You'd have
I
to set
know.
it up.
I've never
I'd
seen
have to set
that
up like a
before.
mini chat or something like that. But yeah.
Right.
Well, I mean, you could be the mini chat. I mean, literally, I mean, it's not gonna like 30 people are gonna all of a sudden, message you the word balance, but you would have time to message them back and it would
Yeah.
set up a discovery call with everyone. Which brings me to, do you have a discovery call kind of form that people fill out?
Yeah, I've got a link that people schedule that with.
Okay, and what does that look like?
Like, what does the link look like? Or
Well, is it a Google form or is it a Calendly link that has questions built into it?
it's through Practice Better.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Even if
I
you
would
click on here, you'll see it. It's probably the first one. Yeah,
this
free
right
30-minute health consult.
Okay, got it. What I would highly recommend you do, we have a form for discovery calls
Mhm.
called the What Comes Next form. And I literally did predictive text in my phone. So if I type WCN, what comes next, it pulls up the
Yes.
URL. So if you do use the DM balance, then it's
Mhm.
going to be very easy for you to type in the predictive text. Thank you so much for, your predictive text could be, thank you so much for commenting the word
Interest.
balance.
Mhm.
Here's the link. And that could be the whole darn paragraph could be your
Yeah,
predictive text. So, and that would
I
make it
love that. I've
easy.
actually been creating a list to create the predictive text. So
Yeah,
that's awesome.
yeah. Okay, let's go back to your Instagram. Okay. Angela, do you see anything about her highlights that you want
I
to?
love her highlights. I
Oh
think it's, I
yeah.
mean, I love the color, the visual look at them. I have not looked at let me look at the content. doTERRA, tummy issues, reviews, kitchen tips.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you want me to go back? You're
That's okay.
looking at
No,
the
it's
words
fine.
here.
What is HTMA?
Hair tissue mineral analysis. It's a type of test I offer.
Okay.
Okay.
Right there. There's the definition.
Okay. Hold on one second. We're going to look through these. What is the thing that I'm going to say on these? Do you have any idea?
I have no idea.
Okay. The last one has the link. I would have a link on every single one of them.
Uh,
A link to book with you. Your highlights should be full of direct links for the thing that you're talking about.
I have started doing that since y'all shared that in one of the social club
Uh-huh.
calls, but I think this was done a few months ago.
Yeah,
I guess
no,
eight.
that's fine. That's in like your Zyto scans. Um, that's something that you can sign up for. And
Mhm.
so you really just like right here, I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to put my hand on that. You know, like you're just so intrigued. So if there's a little link right here, book your Zyto scan, it's the path of least resistance.
Okay.
Kitchen tips. I mean, right there, you've got a link. That's
Well,
amazing.
that I think that was like the week that you shared that.
Well, that's good. That's good. See, okay, here's the deal. You start out, I have done nothing with the YouTube, but you follow directions like a champ and not follow directions, take direction and suggestions and just run with it. And I love that. That's
You
so
do.
refreshing. Um, I love this. There's a link. So, one thing on this form that we're looking for is, well, obviously in your profile, we're looking at your highlight categories, which is the final thing that we're looking at here. I'm going to send you the suggestion for your profile bio. I'm going to
Awesome.
send that to you so you'll have that.
So I
That
have a question looking at this though. Do you think I
uh,
should change my profile picture? Like that is an older picture, you can tell just by the short hair. Like, does that matter?
yes. I mean it matters in that you're keeping up with the times. What people see on the Zoom calls and on your YouTube channel is going to be the
Mhm.
current version of you. And what I suggest and what our class is about for social club, or sorry, the class, but the learning locker in January is basically the habits that you should get into, and
Mhm.
starting the new year off right, and starting Q1 with, a glow up on your Instagram basically. And every quarter you should change your profile picture because it needs to be seasonal, and we're in winter. Granted, all except for Angela, and she's on point with her sweatshirt. You and I are in short sleeve shirts, but that doesn't scream winter months, right?
Right.
So, I would suggest that just to refresh it. It doesn't mean that's a bad picture and you can't use it again next spring or whatever, but
Mhm.
I
Brooke,
think
we need to update our profile picture. I just remembered we haven't done that in a while. We
no,
don't-
we're not. Hey, is our profile picture still our old photo shoot?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Ew. Oh my gosh, see? Here we are doing somebody else. Rules for thee, but not for me, or whatever.
I know, it's so
Our
bad.
picture was like so 1992. Um, anyways, yeah, so the only thing on yours right here that I can see at all would be including more links.
Okay.
But I
Uh,
mean, you have so much content there, and you're great about sharing stories. So kudos to you. You're doing an excellent job with your highlights and your stories, and it's impressive. So
and your
Well, thank you.
colors, it's very professional. When I look at your account, I think that's a girl that knows what she's doing.
yeah.
I
I
have great coaches. That's what it means.
Well, thank you, but I mean, hello. We didn't execute on this. You did. And that it makes a difference. It really does. And even with something as dialed in, because I know other nutritionists have probably gone and followed along on your account and thought, oh my gosh, I got to step it up. They look at your account as the account that's like so with it and together. Now you're the account that you used to look at other accounts and think, I want that. You are the account now. So that's exciting, I think. Okay, so let's move into your content. We've talked about your categories. There's nothing. Hold on. Do you have one for the balancing program on here?
It's funny. I don't know that I do. Like I see Restart on there, which was before the balancing program, but I don't think I have one specifically for that, which is ridiculous.
Yeah, that is redonkulous. Okay, tummy
Yeah.
issues reviews.
You
I
probably
mean,
need
like
to
I have probably
restart
links
off of there.
throughout this, even in the HTMA, I probably have links in there because everybody who goes through the balancing program gets a hair tissue mineral test, but I don't have a highlight for that. And I definitely need to add that.
Okay, good.
Okay. I'm gonna just I thought I was done on this section, but I'm gonna go back to this for a second. I love tummy issues and kitchen tips. Zytoscans, HTMI, well, blood test is good, but I love that it was in terminology that was accessible to the person that's coming here, right?
Mm.
It's not another nutritionist that's landing on your page that you want to attract. It's Brooklyn and Angelin. It's the lady down the street at the grocery store or whatever. And so um I would encourage you, if you could, to find a way to say HTMA in a way that it talks about the benefit of what that is and not so much about the what are your thoughts on what I'm saying, Angelin? Do you understand what I'm
I
saying?
agree with you. I think we have a mix of like benefits and technical terms, and some of those are, I mean, it would be good if you think about like, uh, so like if you go to Whole Foods, it's all the same kind of, it's the categories, it's makes sense. Sometimes you go to somebody's page and they'll have problems they solve or kind of the bullet points, I mean the highlights. Or you could say products you offer, or like tabs on your website. I feel like you have a lot of things happening. It's not bad. It's a we're being picky, but if you really wanted to get granular, which we're kind of at that point with you, it's like some of these need to be a little bit more consistent.
Mhm.
Really, for you, it probably would be um, problems you solve and things on your website.
And I
So,
would pick it to be all uh problems you solve. So for instance,
So like hair tissue mineral really is about mineral balancing. So would
yeah,
mineral balancing be
but
a better,
what happens when you're not minerally balanced?
like 100 different things? That's where I struggle with
Name a
calling out
top
one.
one, like brain fog, hair loss.
Uh, Maybe the top one would be lack of energy. But again, it's like minerals are really broad
yeah.
reaching. And
Okay,
so
so
just talking about lack of energy.
let's
Huh?
say let's say it's low energy. If I came here and I had low energy, I would click on that one. But if I had any of those 100 symptoms, I wouldn't know to click on the HTMA thing.
Yeah. But I wonder if instead maybe like HTMA and the blood one. Oh, well, I can't move stuff around, can I? I was going to say, like, maybe one of them is just lab testing.
Right. I was trying to almost think of like tools or tools I use, or
Uh-huh.
analysis tools. That's kind of what that is. And maybe Brooklyn is right. Like somebody, I didn't even know what HTMA was, right? So like that,
Right.
yeah, again, but that doesn't mean that somebody wouldn't be scrolling all your highlights and they'd be intrigued by what they saw.
Mhm.
But yeah, if we could, and again, about you and products you offer, that isn't necessarily solving a problem. So it kind of has to be a mix of like tabs on your website and problems you solve, and maybe tabs on your website is kind of tools I use.
Mhm.
And I think that's kind of, but again, it would be hard for you to kind of reorder everything. So I don't know. We definitely have to dig into that a little bit more to try to square that circle.
Yeah. Meg, your highlights change order based on the one you've added to the most recently, the
Right.
most recent, so it'll move around like that. But what you can do is you can go into let's say the hair muscle, what is that? The
Hair
HTML.
tissue mineral.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can go in there and you can go back to old stories and add to this one. I
Okay.
can't, I'm not logged in as you, so I don't know.
Oh, right. Because you can go to archives, right?
You can go to
Mhm.
archives and add old stories to that. But if you go, let's say it was low energy. Okay, let's say that you had a highlight called low energy and you're talking about HTMA, you can talk about it in terms of the problem it solves or
Mhm.
the,
Mhm.
the pinpoint, how it pinpoints the problem so that you
Mhm.
can solve the problem. So you can think of all of these tools in terms of what it's pinpointing and then suggestions for how to solve it. So now your stories become super valuable instead of just informative on what the test is, what it does, how much it costs. You know what I mean? Now,
Okay, I just had a huge aha
okay,
while
great.
you're talking. I'm listening to you and I'm like, okay. I think that what would be amazing, Meg, is what Brooklyn is talking about is, addressing the issues. Now you have all these tools that could, so you've got Zytoscan, you've got HTMA testing, you've got all these different things you could work with to solve fatigue, to solve libido, whatever it is. Okay.
Mhm.
What if instead of one thing that I've been working with a lot on my clients lately, on my done for you clients, is let's just stop randomly putting content out there and let's think about everything should be driving back to a product, right? But with
Right.
you, your content, it's so natural to solve the problem. Now, I know what's going through your head is, but it's 100 different things. Like you just said it, you're like, there's when HTMA solves 100 different things. Fine. Yes. And there's a lot of overlap within the products. There's a lot of this tool can find all these symptoms and this symptoms can be found through all these tools, right? But let's set that aside. And your mind map almost needs to be the problems that you can help. Okay. So pick your top 5 things that women in midlife really struggle with. So what would that fatigue, uh, brain fog? What else did you say, Brooklyn? Like weight gain, maybe,
Weight gain,
Mhm.
menstrual
I would even say
cycle,
like bloating.
bloat.
bloating, digestive, or tummy issues, something
Mhm.
like that. Okay. So if you, because that's really how women want to consume your content. They're like, I have this I need help with. I mean, when Brooklyn was really struggling with Hashimoto's, she anything that was with her symptoms, she was reading it, consuming it like crazy. I remember it very well. And that is the kind of, if you were doing that more, is talking about the symptoms. This may be one of many, and I can find this through this, or we can do this. That almost becomes your solution, your call to action, but you're always leading with a problem.
Yes,
Hmm.
and
Okay.
oh gosh, I love your download. So everything in your highlights can be a symptom. And then your stories can be, this is how I pinpoint the the root cause of this symptom. I use
Mhm.
HTMA. That is
Yes.
hair, tissue, muscle, ass,
Mineral testing.
mineral testing, whatever
Analysis.
the
Or
yeah.
it could also be then one post about Zytoscan using
Uh-huh.
how to, or one post about this kind of test to determine that. So you can show different tools that you use to help do that. That's how you have EIEIO for that problem. Repeat, 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 right? But yes, in your, not just
doTERRA,
in your stories, and
Cytosine,
all.
HTMA, and blood tests. Those are all 4 tools for pinpointing the problem that's causing symptoms. But
Hmm.
we all Google our symptoms on WebMD to figure out what the hell our problem is, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then we
Good
look
call.
up the problem and figure out how to solve it, and we go find the person that can help us. Which specialist do I need to see for my thyroid or whatever? But we're Googling hair falling out, weight gain, fatigue, brain fog, haven't no menstrual cycle, whatever. We're Googling the symptoms. So wow.
So would y'all recommend start creating new highlights as stuff like that comes up? Because like the HTMA one specifically, I'm pretty sure that one I have outlined almost the same way. Brooklyn, you've talked about Chibo kitchens and you send people a highlight because that one, like a lot of people are like, I don't want to do that. I'm already losing hair. I don't want to cut off my hair. And so it's kind of showing the process,
Well, then leave it. But I
but
think
then
what,
start creating new ones.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. If you use it, if it's a tool that you're using, if it's functional for you, then leave it there because right, there's no need to undo it. But I do think that it would be smart to start building
Yeah.
highlights around your symptoms. And even, okay, so like if you go through your content and right now you are using your title, your cover photos,
Mhm.
and okay, so you say seasonal eating, enjoy private growth. That's great. Um,
But what if
model,
the title was a symptom?
right. But that's what I was thinking. Like, what if you started doing like fatigue buster or feeling low, like your hooks and all of that become about the symptoms, the
Yeah.
problems. So I would, if I were you, figure out like every month, focus on 2 symptoms and EIEIO it. The next month, do 2 more symptoms, EIEIO it, and then you could just keep recycling them.
Yes, and like I told you earlier in our meeting, I ate a red bell pepper. That was because I had had the flu or whatever that was that knocked me
Mhm.
out, and I read that that had vitamin C. So if you're holding a red bell pepper and instead of enjoy granite, get over the flu and holding
Yeah.
a red bell pepper because it's got vitamin C in it.
So I can't use any disease or illness names, which
Oh,
makes it way
okay.
harder, or I will
Uh,
get kicked off Instagram. So I can't say this will cure the flu.
okay.
Right.
But I
You'll
do
have
get
to
where you're going
pinpoint
with
it,
it.
but
Like boost your immune system,
right, or
I can say that.
um,
Been in bed for 3 days?
get over the sniffles, or
Yeah. Yeah.
something like you could get clever, but I hear you, and and that's good that you know the limits. So you'd have to word it just right. But the
Yeah.
point is, the concept is, I bet you, because what we know is going to be really the biggest trends for 2025 on Instagram. It's going to be more simple storytelling content that is shareable. Those are the big things that are going to be really important. Not as much, we hate to say this because we freaking love a lip sync, but not as much like lip syncing or overproduced things, but it's going to be a lot of simple, real content.
Mhm.
Okay.
So you can do that by like, it's your content is not going to change much, Meg. What
Hmm.
you're doing is just a subtle tweak in the messaging part of it, right? And it's a little bit more focused. So you start with like, okay, for January, I want to focus on but sometimes maybe it's the problem, sometimes it might be the solution. So obviously everybody wants to lose weight in January. So maybe you talk about different signs of why you can't lose weight or what you need to do to help you prepare lose weight,
Well,
whatever your strategy
uh,
is.
Angela and her and I talked a little bit because we were talking about the weight loss shot and where I was at with that and everything, and how I had these secret worries about gaining all my weight back. I had worries because I had some hair loss issues because I just
Yeah.
was forgetting to eat and malnutrition. And we talked about her bringing in more content about the supplement she has that mimics what the shot does for people. And not that one replaces the other, but that you can take this after you get off the shot so you do not gain your weight back and it maintains.
Oh, that is brilliant because
Yes,
that is a
Mhm.
huge issue right now,
it is
right?
a huge
Yeah.
issue and it's in the back of my mind all the time. So it was very interesting because she really was asking her rep about the particular high concentrate vitamins that she promotes. They have supplements that are like the shot, but all natural. And
Okay.
so I thought that her addressing those concerns by women like myself, I don't know if you are not experiencing any of that, but I thought that would be so niche and good for
Mhm.
especially at the beginning of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Those are all symptoms. Are you struggling with this? Then if are you worried about gaining your weight back and you're just getting off the peptide weight loss therapy, try this, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. Okay. Love it. Okay, good. So does that help? Does that
Yeah.
feel a little fresh?
Yeah, that totally does.
Okay.
And I totally agree. Focusing on symptoms and highlights and even the covers here
Mm-hmm.
makes sense. It will make it even, this will make it like a searchable library.
Right.
100%.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Think about your person that's coming here that you want to attract is
Hmm.
what what are they searching for? It's their symptoms.
Yeah.
And also if your client Jane is um looking at your content and she's like, oh my gosh, my best friend told me last night that she had this. Guess what she's going to do? Share it immediately.
Good point. Yeah.
It's just like when you ask for a referral, if you say, do you know, I'm looking for women in Oklahoma who might want to have, you know, uh, who might want to start a part-time business. Okay. Yeah, I don't know anybody like that. You're like, who do you know in Oklahoma that's a teacher? I'm looking for teachers who live in Oklahoma because I'm going to be there and I'll be sharing my business, whatever. So I used to say that all the time when I was in the jewelry business. It's like if the more specific you ask for
Hmm.
things, people then perk up and they hear it. It's the same with our Instagram content. That's why we get really niche. We're like, if you are, we kind of reference like Gen X
Yeah.
stuff a lot because we're like, that's who our audience is. That's who we want to attract. And we want to, like, today's post was about, if could you just hear women saying like, it's too hard. I don't want to, I want to ignore this, like all those things. So mimic the lyrics of your clients. This is what Brooklyn says all the time. What are your people saying? That's what your hook should be.
Okay.
Um, Sorry, I'm hearing a strange noise. Also, I was just thinking while you were talking, you know how we say that reels should kind of have a three parts, the beginning, middle, and end, or the first step, second step, third step, or three things we suggest for this, or whatever. If you tell them what you're about to tell them, and then say, "This is what I just told you." Okay, it's a
Hmm.
three-part series. What if you had some reels that were like symptom, how you identify what's causing it, and then your solution? And you had that three-part because whatever the symptom is, this is the test I recommend, and this is how we would solve it, or I don't know, because you would have to figure out. I'm just thinking through that three-part process
Yeah.
in the framework of what you do, and if there's any kind of consistent reel that you could do over and over
Yes.
again that
Yeah.
because the symptom and the problem allows you the opportunity to introduce your solution to that
Hmm.
problem. And
Hmm.
anytime you're introducing your solution to that problem, there needs to be a link, like sign up for my thing, or buy this, or get a scan, or there's
Talk
that
about it.
side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Two more thoughts before we wrap up is one is try to get your clients a little bit more involved in their storytelling on your page. If you can do interviews, if you can do
So even that is kind of weird because there's client confidentiality things I have to follow.
Yeah. But if you need me to do something or, say anything, I'm happy to do it.
yeah,
Try to find some clients that are willing to give you a review or talk about the problems you've solved. Um,
yeah.
I do have a couple of questions. Will you go to your let me stop sharing and share my phone screen. Okay. Go to your professional dashboard
Yep.
and go to views and then go down to link clicks. And I'll show the people watching this YouTube what I'm talking about. Okay. So when you're in your Instagram profile, you just click right here on professional dashboard and then you click views and then you scroll all the way down to the bottom. Oh. And then right down there at the bottom, external link taps. So what does your number say, Meg?
3.
3. Okay. What you want to do is obviously we say this a lot, clicks equals cash. And ultimately everything that people click on will hopefully grow your business. So all clicks will equal cash, even if you're just trying to drive traffic to your newsletter. The whole point of sending out a newsletter is to try to advertise your services, right? So if you could just make the goal that I want to double that number, and that number, it could eventually will be like, let's say it's 50. I want to double that number. And just keep making the goal that I want to double those 3 link clicks and I want to have 6 by next week. That helps you remember to put the link in there if this is your one goal, is to keep doubling that number. And
Yeah.
double is it becomes harder and harder, but double is not that hard. And link clicks also include your DMs. So anytime somebody clicks in your highlights, your stories, your profile link, or your DMs. So even if you send out links through DMs because someone's messaging you and you're like, here, I'll just DM you the link, that's fine. Just double that number. And I think you'll find that the more you double it, the more people in your programs you have.
Okay.
So there's that. Okay. And the other one is I want to look at your hashtags real quick. Share. And then I know we'll have to go soon. Everybody's got calls after this. Okay, so let's just go to like Thanksgiving tip. Um, okay. I like
So
my
I use Slay So
Mhm. Uh-huh.
or Slay So or however you say it.
Uh-huh.
And I'm actually thinking about getting rid of it because I don't know. Sometimes it gives me 30 hashtags,
Right.
which according to that I need because my account or my following is small enough. But sometimes they have nothing to do with
Yeah.
what I'm saying. And even like a lot of times it will say health coach, and I'm not a health coach. Like that is a certain certification as well. And even though I've taken it off and taken it off, it keeps on throwing it on there. And I
Well,
almost feel like Chat GPT would be better
Yeah.
at
yeah,
this.
and it's one less thing that you have to pay for, and you have to do
Yeah.
what works for you. I will tell you that even though you're not a health coach, the majority of the people out there don't know that, and they
Right.
don't really know what they're looking for. And so they're searching health coach, but they don't really know that they need a functional nutritionist. They don't even
Mhm.
know those words. So using a hashtag that says health coach isn't meaning that you're identifying yourself as one. You're just trying to include the keywords of the people, of what the people are searching for that you would
Mm.
want to find you.
Okay.
Like,
That's a good point.
I'm not a LinkedIn expert. Angelin is.
Hmm.
Well, no, it's not a good example. But anyways, you know what I mean? I think that sometimes
I think it's fair. And I agree, you don't need it. I mean, we used to need it, but things change so fast now. And even now, I've got my little fidget. I'll keep having this in my
Oh,
hand.
you
Those
put
things.
that in your
Anyway, I
hair.
know, I know. Anyway, but Chat GPT and now even Instagram, would if you post and at the bottom it has like this little thing that says hashtags, and you can find some hashtags that you use. So you almost don't really even need it anymore.
Yeah.
So your highlight categories, you're going to start including symptom-driven categories. I'm sending you your value proposition or your Instagram bio. Your
Yeah.
link clicks are 3. Just double it. Every
Yeah.
time, every week, I'm going to double it. That's your only goal. Hashtags use what works for you, but I'm glad that we talked about that health coach thing. We didn't really dive into your EIEIO. Oh my gosh, we have to show them. We didn't let anyone see uh, the most important one, which was the vegetables. Okay, so this was the hero to me. I mean, I still remember this. I've watched it multiple times.
No, but in Declare, we all fam. What?
You hear that?
In Declare, we all fam. I don't. In the club, we are all family. Are you racist? Do you know that? No, but in Declare.
Okay, that was so cute. In the club, we all fam. Are you racist? It's so funny. Anyways, I love it. I love this, right? Your account makes my eyeballs happy. It's very consistent
Yay.
and are you so proud of it?
I am like, yeah. I think we even talked about this recently in one of the social group things that like right now the trend on Instagram is to have it just like throw up all over. And I'm like, no, I've worked too hard. I'm not going back.
Yeah, you do you. Be authentic. Love it. It's
Yeah,
amazing.
this is really, really good. Very consistent, very clean. I love your font. It's very easy to read. It's inspiring me to kind of maybe
Yeah.
do some changing. But anyways, yeah, we got real granular and nothing that you're doing is wrong. It's just a way of ratcheting it down and tweaking it, making it even better.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Good
you're a
job, friend.
good friend. Good job.
Awesome. Well, thank you both because y'all have had a huge hand in all of this. So
Well,
Good.
thank you. We're
We
we're
love
we're
it.
glad to
Love
have
it.
you. I will send you this. I honestly was so riveted by what we're talking about. I forgot to take notes, but I'll write them all down for you. Um,
He's got it recorded on this video too.
yeah,
yeah.
that's true. You just watch the YouTube video on our YouTube channel. It's number 7.
Go ahead and watch it in slow motion to get you those minutes.
Yes,
And
yes. All right. Okay, well, you have the
Okay.
best night and we'll see you later.
Okay.
all right.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks.